New Psi chapter from Virginia State. You can't compete, there's no debate. Stacy's bow-tie brand, no socks. That's what you see when we hit the block. Always seeking perfection in everything we do. Bloody but unbowed, and yet we see it through. The stepping, the repping, the singing, they can't compare. All they can do is just stop and stare. The brothers tell their stories for all the world to see. How they played a role in this dynasty. Worn 7 clays since '82. More than any can claim. You have to profess no less the best of all the rest. New Psi chapter's our name. New Psi chapter's our name. New Psi chapter's our name. A foot of snow are just some of the many things that I've had to endure while shooting this documentary. But tonight I'm extremely excited because you'll have an opportunity to see some of the true diversity of New Psi chapter. Not only were we known for being some of the most prolific steppers in the fraternity, we were also known for our singing. We had brothers that could harmonize in a way that few other chapters could. And tonight you'll have an opportunity to see just what I'm talking about.
We were late, and I remember, because we became real tight, and we were walking to the ROTC building. And we said, okay, Barry, we're a few minutes late, we'll be all right. And we looked over and saw you all standing over there. And I said, well, I thought they'd be practicing by now. We just jump in. Got cussed out.
Dude, this is a tradition you don't know nothing about. We're about to let you be a part of it, right? And then, they start talking. Then you get a history lesson with every damn thing. You know about the invasion forces? Beef squad, you just gonna. And so, after that, it was pretty humbling. It's like there's an expectation, there's a discipline around, there's a reason why we're the best, there's a reason why we can go to Howard and bros roll out the red carpet and they make a way for New Psi to step. There's a reason for all of that. And it's because of the way we were brought up, the way we approach it, the way that it was a time of work. It was prideful. Yeah. And I think that's, and then out of that pride, you had a bunch of egos, right? You had egos that, you probably wouldn't be able to get into one place. All I could think about is, it was like, I don't know if I thought of it in terms of ending of an era, but I knew that it would never be the same, right? We weren't going to be able to replicate that. Anybody that wasn't there during that period was never going to see that. It was something that we'd be able to enjoy forever, and some people we could only tell about. And again, most of this, Rob, is when you think about trying to convey to someone, the gravity of what we're talking about, that shit is not easy to do. I could talk to you all day long. I could show you pictures. I could try to put a thread through all of it and bring it together so that you could try to wrap your head around it, but I can't do it justice.
Some of those things, if you can't fathom it, you're not going to believe. Or if you can't experience it, it's almost unbelievable. That was like a metamorphosis came over you. That's when you knew all the glamour, glitz, and whatever. Okay, it's time to get down. And you would look at us. You would come to each and every last one of us as we would stick the purple up, stick it all the way up, put our hand down, put that gold on, raise that hand up, and pull it down. And once you locked your hands beside you, and you would come look us, each of us in our eye, like,
see, that's that football shit you was doing to us, man. Seriously, Rob. I was like, I'm about to knock somebody.
And you
I'm about to do
like
something.
you were about to explode. Your
man.
adrenaline, your heart pumping and whatnot. It's like, okay, will you hurry up and start something before I explode?
Every week, we went to the children's home. Every week. And you were chastised and ridiculed if you couldn't make it. It was community service. And that, I learned that then, because I can only speak for me, but there was a sense of pride going out there and being with those kids and seeing their faces and helping them every week and having them expecting us to be back the next week, and for us to be making that commitment every week as young men with a million other distractions. One for Grandfather Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omega men have traveled far, guided by a lamp and by a star. With 20 white pearls we can call our own. New Psi chapter will always be our home. Omega Psi is the only frat I know, where friendship is essential to the soul. Let me tell you that we're right smack dab in the middle of the sand. You will be a proud Omega man. I said you will be a proud Omega man.
Well, I think that one of the things that I was taught was there's steps for the block, and then there's another crop of steps for the show. Blocks is only for the block. That's for when you're freaking the crowd. That's for the girls, strictly. You know, when you step in competition, it's different. Stepping for the trophy, and I think that step team always went out there with a mission, and the mission was always to come home with a trophy.
You know, when I was in school, we participated in a lot of shows. Whether they're halftime shows at a game, you know, we would hit the road on a Friday night, suited and booted, where most chapters would travel with fatigues and gold boots on. You know, new Psi, we got old man suits, bow ties, high top Stacey Adams, and no socks. And we would hit the road. And a lot of times on the fly, we would find ourselves in a step show that we had no intentions on being a part of. We got 8-10 members of the step team, and we're all on the road. Hey, can we get in the step show? They give us the green light, go ahead. We take 15-20 minutes, go in the bathroom, and put together a 6-7 step show and win on the spot.
I remember times in the early 90s when a chapter didn't have no money. And Reese would find a competition, and they would just go win it. And that's how we would do homecoming.
That was a quick way.
Yeah, that was a quick way to bring money to the chapter.
Yep, it's a quick way.
All right,
to raise
step
money
team,
for the chapter.
y'all gotta go win us some money. And that's what they did. Majority of the times they came back with some money for the chapter.
I can recall, being on the football team, and I think it was a couple of brothers, Morgan Face and Kenneth Wyatt, their senior year, and they was pledging, and like you said, animosity occurred, and during that time, the football players, we got very upset. And I was real upset, and I was probably one of the ringleaders, being one of the top football players, on that team. So I was really one of the main ringleaders that wanted to, hey man, let's get them. I was ready to fight the Qs, because Morgan Faison was our captain. Kenny Wyatt was on our team. Now, as I transformed and went down the road and realized I wanted to, become a part of that fraternity, I can recall a couple of brothers talk to me. And they told me, because on the football team, I was popular and doing my thing, but I was kind of running wild. I was kind of like the prodigal son, doing too much, on probation, academic, probation, because of grades not being the way they ought to be, because I was partying and having a good time. Being not able to play football my sophomore year when I started as a freshman. And when it dawned on me it's time to do not a 360 but a 180, I remember talking to one of the brothers, and he looked me in my eyes and said, man, we like your energy, we like all this, but you'll never be in our fraternity because the way you carry yourself on the yard. That's not how Qs represent. That's not how we are. And that thing rang a bell in my spirit and in my heart. And then I knew I had to humble myself. But it took brothers like Brother Goodwin here and Donzel Tiller say, look, I know him. I know who he really is. I know his heart. And that brother told me, you will never, ever be a part of my fraternity unless you do a 190, 180, not a 360, but I had to turn it around. And glory be to God, I was able to.
Well, when I, in the interview with the brothers, when I said that, I said, what do I say, I want a top job. Being up, my name is Country Time. We got some spurts and some smiling and some laughing in there. But I didn't take it to heart but based on my accent. But I showed them that starting as I want to be my hard work, and I want to be a part of the fraternity, in which what I did, so I know now that I was unanimous voted in because I seen every brother that even thought of maybe 3 to 4 times to let them know I want to be a part of the fraternity and I can speak by them. And I took that lesson on to saying, hey, if I can do that, then this is what I need to do for life, that I don't take setbacks.
I got one thing to say. Omega man, Omega man.
Come on back with it again.
I'm so glad I crossed burning sand. I have chose the right way to go. I have chose to wear purple and gold. Deep in my heart. It's deep in my heart. That is no lie. That is no lie. I'm gonna love Omega till the day I die. I'm singing Omega man, Omega man. I'm so glad I crossed burning sand.
New chapter for Virginia State. You can't compete. There's no debate. Stacy's Botox brand, no socks. That's what you see when we hit the block. Always seeking perfection in everything we do. Bloody but unbowed, and yet we see it through. The stepping, the repping, the singing, they can't compare. All they can do is just stop and stare. The brothers tell their stories for all the world to see. How they played a role in this dynasty. Worn 7 clays since '82. More than any can claim. You have to profess no less the best of all the rest. New chapters our name. New chapters our name. New chapters our name.